Good morning, everyone. Brian here again with BMK Retro Gaming. This morning I have the review of the Atari VCS 2600 prototype game, 3D Ghost Attack. Now, it was being developed by Amiga Games back in 1983, or that's when that's about when it was being worked on, for their Amiga Power Module, which was it was a supercart type deal, kind of like the Supercharger, Starpath Supercharger, same type of concept. And that was going to be part of the Power Play arcade series of those, which they were planning to do 5 of. And this one was going to go along with 3D Genesis and 3D Havoc into Power Play Arcade Cart number 1. I don't know exactly who they had working on it as developers or anything, you know. In those days, everybody kept a tight lid on who they had working on what. But considering the timing, we can probably guess that what happened was the 1983 North American industry and market crash for video games is probably what got all of that not happening. Anyway, in 2010, Mr. Mike Glass and Jerry Lawson worked on polishing it up just a tad bit and having something of a run of it released on cartridge. So unfortunately, they didn't really complete the game, which would have been nice had they gotten around to doing that. But, and as a matter of fact, it'd be nice if somebody were to take it and finish it homebrew or pro-brew, because basically what would have been one of the first truly 3D games on the Atari VCS 2600, which what we have to play with actually has a, you see the artifacts like, you know, red and blue, you know, the effects of it made 3D, pretty much probably with 3D glasses is how it would have worked. It's something the Atari VCS 2600 would have been kind of stretched to handle, but could have done some, so shame it was not really ever completed. Like I said, it'd be nice if somebody go homebrew, pro-brew, or something like that and finish it up and re-release it. So the cartridge release they did is still just the prototype. Not entirely sure what the original prototype from '83 would have looked like exactly, because that one, don't know except for what Mr. Lawson and Mr. Glass did with it. And anyway, they'd released it for, I forget what the company name for that one in 2010 was supposed to be. In any case, I don't really have a physical copy of the game. That cartridge run was done in 2010, fairly limited. But through my Hyperkin Retron 77, we do have a playable game ROM, which I can emulate. So I'm going to go ahead and guess up with that, and we're going to take a look into some gameplay. Okay, so here we go with that. It's a bit of a loud game, but you guys will get the idea. At least I think so. Prototype. Got it pulled up right here. Go ahead and select the mode here. Level 1. Okay, this is level 1, which is supposed to be about 20 minutes long. Basically, you have your photo beam to explore this old mansion rumored to be haunted, and so I take a look at it. That little skull that comes up is where your photo beam, which is a fancy way of saying your flashlight, is quite an impressive flashlight, is able to go after it for you. Put on the ghost, pull the trigger, and you're done. This one's kind of playable because you can shoot through, though the timer is off and you won't typically get a full 20 minutes. You can see with the red and blue how that there's obvious on both your character and the ghost, that's where the 3D effect would come in for the most part. This is okay. I mean, it's an okay shooter. And with a pair of 3D glasses, the effects sure would have been pretty impressive. This one's partly one of the levels which is pretty well playable simply because it's actually complete enough that you can fire it up and blast some ghosts away. And of course, the timer's also going to give you the full 20 minutes. This is actually what level 2 would have been like, which is you're going through something similar to some type of graveyard or something, and you're supposed to be able to go down there, but and you can't really blast a ghost or anything because there's no actual collision detection on this one. Thus, although you can move things around some and all that, you can't really do anything with it. It does look kind of nice, and you can see where the concept would have been going with that. See right there, you know, except for not being able to pass those two ghosts in front, there's really no collision detection, so you can't do anything with it. Anyway, I'm not going to look at this one for too darn long. Now this is what level 3 would be like. This is supposed to be the portal where the ghost would have been coming out of. See right there, it's supposed to give the impression of distance and depth, which is why you can't aim at them and try to fire your photon beam at them. But at the same time, it's a bit difficult considering that, well, you watch, the time on it is off again, and doesn't really seem to ever stop and then resets in weird ways. And although you can aim to try and hit them, good luck hitting that much anywhere with doing so. Sure, I mean, you can down the tier 1, then you can do this for as long as you like. Unlike level 1, it does not reset to level 2 after a while. It just keeps going. So yeah, this part of level 3 is kind of playable once you get the hang of how to do it. Again, you're supposed to be firing on them from a distance is what that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be some perception of distance and depth. Can make aiming kind of tricky. Like I said, the timer's already gone from having like 17 seconds on to now it's cutting down to 50. Obviously, that part of the gameplay was never completed. And again, the tough part with this one is trying to aim because you really have to get used to figuring out where your shots have to go. Anyway, I think you guys have the idea with the gameplay by now. Okay, so that was 3D Ghost Attack. A prototype game for the Atari VCS 2600. Again, it's playable on level 1 and level 2 to a degree. And it's not bad, I don't guess. For a prototype, you have at least 2 levels which are fairly playable on it and somewhat complete. Like I said before, if besides what was done by Mr. Lawson and Mr. Glass, I forget for who they did it for again, with that little cartridge release in 2010, you know, if somebody were to take it homebrew, ProBrew, and clean it up, get it much more complete where it's a full playable game, that'd be awesome. Because honestly, this, with or without the 3D effect, it looks like the type of game that would really have been pretty good to have come out, Amiga was pretty forward thinking when they thought of this. Just too bad it didn't happen. Anyway, unfortunately, I don't have any reviews, recommendations or links, as I didn't find any of my preferred YouTubers who had actually done any reviews or videos on this whatsoever so far, so none of those today. I will go ahead and leave a link, however, to the Atari Protos website. I forget if it's AtariProtos.com or what, but I'll leave a link for you guys on that one so you can check out and look into it a bit more, if you like. Anyway, big shout out to my Facebook group, Atari 2600. You guys should be getting this video before too long. And I also have an Atari 7800 original library review coming up on Wednesday, so don't miss that. Anyway, this has been another video in my Retrotober lineup, so hey, Ghost Haunted Mansion seems to fit pretty well. Feel free, if you enjoy my channel's content, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and don't hesitate to leave any questions, comments, or suggestions down in the comments section below. You guys take care, have a nice Sunday, and I will see you again on Wednesday.